Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is happening right now in Washington. That's where the White House has offered a prisoner swap with Russia in hopes of freeing Novi native Paul Whelan and WNBA star Brittney Griner. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 5. As it stands right now, it is only an offer. Russia has yet to respond.
But if it happens, Novi native Paul Whelan would be coming home after 3.5 years behind bars there. Mara McDonald is live tonight. Mara, this announcement really just kind of came out of the blue.
It sure did, Kimberly, but the Secretary of State made it clear today in his State Department briefing that this is something that has been in the works for quite some time, that the offer has been made. Now let me show you who the U.S. is prepared to offer in return for both Whelan and Griner.
When it comes to our efforts to secure the return home of Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner, you'll understand that I can't and won't get into any of the details of what we proposed to the Russians over the course of so many weeks now.
But the details of what the State Department believes is a substantial offer are out there. The U.S. is willing to give the Russians Viktor Bout, a Russian arms dealer nicknamed the Merchant of Death, who is currently spending 25 years behind bars here in the U.S. for illegally attempting to sell millions of dollars in weapons.
Here's what I can say about this. First, as I mentioned, we've conveyed this on a number of occasions and directly to Russian officials. And my hope would be that in speaking to Foreign Minister Lavrov, I can advance the efforts to bring them home.
The deal has been in the works for weeks. Tonight, Whelan's family says, like you, we are learning more today about the U.S. government's attempts to secure Paul and Brittney Griner's release from wrongful detention by the Russian government. Our family appreciates the Biden administration seeking Paul's release using the resources it has available. We hope the Russian government responds to the U.S. government and accepts this or some other concession that enables Paul to come home to his family. Back here live, you also heard Secretary Antony Blinken say something significant just moments ago. You said you heard him say he expects to have a discussion with his Russian counterpart. That is Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, and that is something that has not happened in any capacity since the start of the Russian war in Ukraine. So that should give everybody an idea of how advanced these talks are and how serious they are about this offer. We're live in Pontiac tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
See what happens, Mara. All right, our other top story here at 5. Detroit police are investigating a triple shooting close to Detroit's riverfront that left one person dead and 2 others injured.
This happened overnight on River Place Drive, right near Atwater and Joseph Campo, not far from the Rattlesnake restaurant. Sean Lay, following this story. Sean, I believe you just got an update from Detroit police.
We did. We've been looking into this all day. Just got that update. It's absolutely terrifying. We're talking about a couple of people sitting in their car. Police say being approached by someone apparently with a shotgun and apparently with diagnosed mental health issues. That person opens fire on the people in the car. They fire back, killing that man. Police just met with his family.
We interviewed the mom, and she's heartbroken. And we do know that the decedent suffered from mental illness, clinically diagnosed mental illness, and we believe that that had a significant factor in these circumstances.
Detroit Police Commander Mike McGinnis, heading up the Detroit Police Major Crimes Division, laying out the chilling details of a deadly shootout at 2:30 this morning on River Place near the Detroit riverfront. You can see this Cadillac is shot up. Police finding 2 people inside suffering from gunshot wounds. Police tell us it was a man with a shotgun approaching those 2 people and opening fire on them for no reason at all.
They were approached by the assailant, who was armed and elected to use a long gun to fire shots at the victims for an unprovoked reason.
The victims being shot at were also armed and fired back to save their own lives, killing the man in an area with businesses and families living here. A disturbing, unprovoked attack.
Sad, frustrating.
Yeah.
Here in the neighborhood with all the kids, you know.
More details now. The man outside firing those shots at first, was 25 years old. Again, he was shot and killed. Again, police say self-defense. 22 and 26-year-old inside the Cadillac. You saw how that Cadillac was blasted with those shots, but apparently the two, just check with police. They're going to be okay. We're live tonight. Sean Lee, Local 4, back to you.
All right, Sean.
Well, it is a decision that will affect all of us almost immediately. Today, the Federal Reserve raised the key interest rate by 0.75%. And while that may seem like a small number, it's going to have a huge impact. Business editor Rod Maloney is live tonight to show us how. Rod?
Well, Kimberly, you know, we all felt it here at the grocery store. Prices are already up. But what the Fed did today was raise prices pretty much on everything else. So borrowing costs for small businesses, large businesses, even you, are going up. And so they did this because they have to slow down our overheated economy. For those of a certain age, like Detroiter A.J. Jehoshaphat, who've been through this before, today's rate hike is a warning.
It means I have to pay more money out for anything that I do, you know, as far as groceries or credit card or anything like that.
Are you concerned?
Yes.
Are you concerned about recession?
Oh, yes.
The grocery checkout feels like a mugging to Diamond Scott.
About $50 when it should have been like 30.
Should have been is now a distant memory. The Bureau of Labor Statistics telling us cereal and baked goods are up nearly 12% year to year, dairy more than 13.5%, fruits and veggies just over 8%. But you want to know what that really means. So let's take a look at, say, eggs. This time last year, $2.39 a dozen. Today, $3.34. A pound of chicken, $3.15 last summer. Now it's $3.98. A pound of hamburgers, $5.47, jumping to $6. So let's say you just bought these items once a week for 40 weeks over the past year. Your price increase is nearly $100. Anderson Economic Group economist Patrick Anderson says the rate hike should have come even before this.
We are talking about a Fed that's finally woken up to the damage that inflation is imposing.
Already paying shoppers who understand an interest rate hike is about to stretch their meager budgets to a breaking point.
Yes, it will, because I'm already having a tough time right now. So any changes that's made that increases any prices is going to make an effect on my life.
Now, when Patrick Anderson says they were late to the party on this at the Fed, he was warning us 18 months ago about this kind of a problem, and yet here we are. And so what he believes now is that the Fed is not finished raising interest rates. They're basically tapping the brakes right now, hoping things slow down to a point where everybody can sort of cope with this, but there's a long way to go. Now, we're going to be talking about some other important things, big ticket items that affect you greatly at 6 o'clock. One of those is automobiles. Reporting live in Livonia, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, we'll see you at 6, Rod. Thanks.
President Biden left isolation today after testing negative for COVID-19. The president, fully vaccinated. He's received 2 booster shots. Tested positive, of course, for the virus last week. Experienced what we're told were mild symptoms. He began taking the 5-day antiviral treatment Paxlovid. The president is going to wear a mask for 10 days to try to prevent the spread of the virus.
Well, no winning tickets were sold in Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot of $830 million, so you have another chance to win big. The grand prize in Friday night's drawing will now be a little over $1 billion. That prize is for winners who choose the annuity option, paid annually over 30 years. However, most winners prefer the cash option, which would be an estimated $602.5 million. Lottery officials say they expect that number to grow as more and more tickets are bought. You can see the winning numbers drawn live on Friday night right here at the top of the newscast on Local 4 News at 11.
Well, this is the day that hope springs eternal for Detroit Lions fans. Training camp for the 2022 season is underway in Allen Park.
Yeah, so the team is looking to regroup. Tell me if you've heard this before.
Yeah.
After only winning, what did we win? Three games last year?
One tie.
Oh, right.
One tie. Don't forget that.
Tie. Come on now.
Give us something good here on day one, Bert.
All right, here we go. Is it possible that this is the year that all of that hope, all that promise, all of that praying will finally pay off? Training camp of 2022 has begun. It's year 2 for head coach Dan Campbell. Standing by live in Allen Park with the latest is Jamie Edmonds. Can you make any assessment after day 1?
Not exactly, Bernie. Not full pads just yet, sort of in the warm-up period here on day 1. But as you said, year 2 for Dan Campbell, and hope springs eternal. But he said today he believes the talent is here to win some games.
And now it's up to us collectively to find a way to turn some of those losses from last year into wins. You know, you find a way to turn, to flip 5 or 6 of those games, all of a sudden, man, you're right there.
It's also year 2 with quarterback Jared Goff, who does have a new offensive coordinator, but familiar targets return in Amon-Ra St. Brown and Quintez Cephas. Add to that the speedy addition of Jamison Williams.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. Always exciting to be back, but I think, yeah, we've got a little bit more pop in our step this year than last year, definitely, with some of the guys we've added and just the anticipation of what we think we can do.
On the defensive side, cornerback Jeff Okudah is healthy. Coming off that Achilles injury from last year, he's back on the field without any restrictions.
This was definitely one of my goals that I set, you know, to get out here, be able to compete with everyone the first day back for training camp. Just took it slow during OTAs with the goal of being out here for the first day ready to go.
Also checking into Lions training camp this year, the crew from HBO's Hard Knocks.
I know somebody's going to ask about Hard Knocks, right? That's the next one's coming up. Haven't had a ton of exposure, 2 days, but they've been fine. They've been great. They're professionals, obviously, and they got a job to do, and we got a job to do.
It's fine. Yeah, we deal with it.
All right, so maybe he doesn't love all the cameras for that reality show, but Goff said that Campbell is destined to be a star, and the national people and NFL fans are going to realize that. Just today, Campbell participated in the up-downs with the team. Guaranteed that makes the show. First episode is August 9th. Bernie, back to you.
How about that? Hard Knocks is in Allen Park. That's pretty cool, I think. And the Super Bowl's in Glendale, Arizona. Hope springs eternal, Jamie. You just said it. Come on.
Jamie's making reservations.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, thanks, Jamie.
Oh, goodness.
Is Dan Campbell built for something like Hard Knocks, though, or what?
Or as a bouncer outside a nightclub.
Either one.
Have you seen
Either
the
one.
trailers?
Yeah.